Number 1. I was setting off bottle rockets with my friend, Nikolai, for about 5 minutes, before we spotted a lady crouched down, peering through the cracks of our fence. I didn't recognize this lady from anywhere. When I whispered to my friend that we were being watched, I pointed to the crack in the fence and the lady moved her head away, so Nikolai couldn't see her. But we heard her footsteps of the leaves crackling under her feet as she shuffled away, then realized that she had went through the tiny gap of the 2 fences that separated my friend's fence from mine. When I went to look at the crack, I found a pink Sony camera. I picked it up and turned it on. But my mom called me inside for dinner, so I turned it off and put it into my pocket. After dinner, Nikolai and I went to the abandoned Sears and went around back to light off some fireworks. Then I told him about the camera and how I think that lady left it there by mistake. So being us, we turned it on and looked through the photos. To my horror, most of them were of me and Nikolai hanging out. This creeped me out, but Nikolai said to keep scrolling. When we got to the, 3rd row of photos that were taken today, I was shocked to see the pictures of me and Nikolai sleeping. She had been stalking us. We kept scrolling, and to my horror, a couple of the photos were taken inside of my house, of my family, and Nikolai's eating meals together. It looked like she was in our ventilation system. I realized she wasn't stalking just me and Nikolai, but our entire family. Then I went another row down. My stomach dropped. There was a picture of me, sleeping, but this time in my bedroom. As we were about to leave to go to the police station that was down the block, we heard a stick snap, as if somebody stepped on it. We ran down to the police station and we gave the camera to the guy at the front desk. Then we spotted a car with its windows down. It was the lady who was watching us. Luckily, I was texting my mom about everything that happened, and I clicked the camera button right next to my text and got a picture of her license plate. The police caught her, and then he told us a woman had recently escaped from a mental institution, and it was that same lady who was stalking us. Still in shock, I asked if they needed me to answer any questions. They said I was free to go. Me and Nikolai stayed up till 3 a.m. lighting firecrackers and bottle rockets. Number 2. I was with my friends, Mikey, Angelo, and Kevin. We discovered an abandoned house about a mile away from one of our houses. It had graffiti all over it and it looked really beaten down. 5 minutes after we got there, I threw a rock in an open doorway to see if there were any animals. Nothing happened. Then my friend said that this wasn't a good idea. So we turned around and started walking the other way. As I left, a rock came over my head and hit the dirt in front of us. We thought it was some pranksters messing with us. So being us, we went back to find them. I was pretty big for my age, and really muscular. So I went in first, then they followed soon after. We heard crackling as if somebody was outside. So we split up to find whoever was messing with us. We were looking around for about 5 minutes, and I went upstairs and saw 3 lumps in the corner. I thought they were bodies. I froze, but to my relief, they were just sleeping bags. So I told my friends there were homeless people living there, and that we should go. As I was leaving to go downstairs, I heard footsteps behind me, and I turned around to see a big, skinny, black figure standing in the dark doorway of the next room. I turned and ran. When I turned around, I heard the footsteps get faster. The person in the doorway was running after me. I yelled and told my friends to get the heck out of here. Luckily, we all made it out. If I would have checked out that room, only God knows what would have happened. I have never told anybody this story. Only my friends and I know what went down. Number 3. So this isn't my story, it's my boyfriend's. And I'll try to recall it as closely as I can. I was telling him about scary things that have happened to me, and my family had asked him, "Has anything weird or supernatural ever happened to you?" And he said that, yes, something weird did happen to him once, but that he didn't want to talk about it. He was very adamant on not telling the story, but of course I was curious. And with about 20 minutes of prodding, he finally decided to open up. His face was buried in a pillow, and when he did speak, I noticed his voice was actually shaking a bit. He said, "You know how grizzly bears are apex predators, right?" And I replied, "Yeah, of course I knew that." He goes on to tell me about how he and some family had gone on a hunting trip when he was about 14, and how he had wandered off the trail on his own to explore a bit, rifle in hand. He was just looking around, enjoying the scenery, when he heard something that sent shivers down his spine. The blood-curdling cry of a grizzly bear. He said it went on for about 15 seconds before abruptly stopping. Terrified but curious, he went off in the direction he heard the cry. I guess he must have assumed it was caught in a trap. Eventually he came across a stream, a large grizzly bear laying on top of it, the blood trickling down along with the water. He cautiously approached, poking it with the rifle, but it didn't move. So yeah, it was very dead. However, this isn't what scared him. He was looking at the bear from behind and could only see its back. But when he walked around to the front, that's what terrified him. At this point in the story, he was actually a bit teary-eyed. He told me that it was completely hollowed out, no guts at all, and he even said that he would have been able to crawl inside and have room to spare. Of course, he didn't stay long, quickly heading back and meeting up with the group. And I'm just left to wonder, what kind of creature exists out there that could hollow out a grizzly bear in 15 seconds? Of course, I'm just glad he didn't have his own little run-in with whatever did that, because I'm sure if he did, there wouldn't have been much left of him. Now for the people who've read this, what are your thoughts? Do you think any human or existing animals we know could be capable of that? What up, guys? This is Graveyard Golgotha, and thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and hit that like button. If you would like more of this content, please tap that notification bell to get updates when I create new content for this channel. All of your support keeps me going and keeps this channel alive. But before you leave, be sure to hit that subscribe button to become a member of the Underground. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.